Okay, good evening, everyone. So, so this workshop is about Git and GitHub, sorry. Okay, and let us just get into it. All right. So the two files I told you to download should be easy to locate. Okay, these two should be the files. Okay, these two should be the files. Okay, a Git and this is an editor actually. You don't need this is not necessary, but it is recommended. All right. So let's start with this. Anyway. So obviously the first question that comes to our mind is what is Git? Okay, that's obviously the first question. So see, to summarize it beautifully, I'll say that like you have Facebook and Instagram, all the social media feeds where you upload pictures and people come comment like and do stuff. This is the Facebook for programmers in short. Okay, Git is as is written, Git is a free and open distributed version control system designed to handle everything from small to very large projects with speed and efficiency. Obviously they're bloating their own website anyway, but yeah, it works. So Git is actually a version control system. Obviously now that raises the question about what is a version control system. We'll deal with that. Okay, so it is just like the Facebook for programmers. Okay, you put on your projects, you put on your codes, people can come and they can comment on stuff and they can fork your code, etc. Anyway, so yeah, this person made Git, and there's actually a very interesting story about him. I'll just tell that in a minute. Okay, his Linus Torvalds, the also the creator of Linux. All right. Okay, so now what is a version control system? See, this picture is very, very important. Okay, so as you can see, there's a main branch. There's a main branch here. Okay, with the name master. Okay, and it's in orange color. All right. Now, what happens in Git is, see, suppose you're developing a website. All right, and you made a good website. Okay, all right, and you just save that. All right, now what happens is you want to add a new feature to that website. For example, you just want to add a button to change the background color of the website. All right, so now what you do, you go back to your project, you add that button, you add the functionalities, and you save the project again. But the problem is, if you don't like that change, how can you go back to your previous change? That's the main issue. How can you go back to your previous change? One way is obviously the hard one, is like you save each and every change locally on your computer. Okay, but that is troublesome. And so we have Git, we have version control. Okay, as you can see, there's a bug fix branching out from this point, the master point. All right, so this is an example. Like, okay, you tested something, you wanted to add a new feature to that website, and you tested it. All right, and suppose it doesn't work. Suppose it doesn't work, then you'll just forget it. And if it works, you'll merge it again into the master timeline, the master branch. All right, and that feature can now be used with your the original project. All right, this also gives you the possibility that many people can work at the same time on the same project, because everybody can just create a new branch from the master branch and work on their own branch, and later when everything becomes stable, they test all the stuff, then they can finally merge it into the master branch, and things will be cool. Anyway, so what can be done with version control? Okay, so this is a nice example. See, projects, obviously all of the projects I told you, the codes. For example, this second one is nice. Suppose you're writing a book. All right, suppose you're writing a book. You write chapter 1, very nice, you save it, and then you write chapter 2, very nice, you save it, and now you want to change something in chapter 1. You want to change something in chapter 1, but you want to keep the history of the changes so that you can compare, and at last you can see like which version is better. All right, so doing all those stuff locally on the computer is a big headache, so we can use Git for that. Okay, you can use Git for absolutely anything. You can just not absolutely anything, for storing stuff. Okay, yeah, and the official data, as you see, for example, a live example would be like this. If we conduct a survey, okay, like all of you people have been assigned an SG, all right. All of you people have been assigned an SG. Now, if the SGs are given a task of creating and taking a survey, they can put all the official data in different branches on, and they later that can be merged into one master branch. All right. So that's that sort of stuff. Like you can store all your data and you can store all the changes that you made to that data. Very good. Anyway, before GitHub, let's go back to the story of Linus Torvalds. So while Linus Torvalds was working on his projects, okay, Linus Torvalds also made Linux shell, okay, creator of Linux, obviously. So when Linux Torvalds was working on his projects, okay, he used to use some other version control system, okay. And after a while, the other company, they started charging for everything, like for using the setup, obviously. All right, so Linus Torvalds was like, okay, I don't care, okay, I'll just make my own version control system. And he made Git, okay. And this is one of the most famous now because obviously it's free, anyone can use it, and it's from a person with a lot of trust, Linux, yeah, the creator of Linux. Okay, so next question that we will try to answer is, what is GitHub? Okay, you understood what is Git? Okay, what is GitHub? So we have this definition on Wikipedia. GitHub is a provider of internet hosting for software development and version control using Git. It offers a distributed version control and source code management functionality of Git plus its own feature. Yeah, you can read that anyway, but understanding it is a bit weird. All right, what is GitHub? It is Git but online. Okay, see, everything that you Git is a way of storing data on your computer, on your local computer. All right, and GitHub is just a mean to take that and store it onto the internet. In short, okay, there are obviously many more functionalities in GitHub that you can explore, but in short, if you just want to understand what GitHub is, it's like yeah, it's like online Git. Okay, if I give you the analogy of Facebook, suppose you click pictures, you click pictures of yourself, and you store it on your phone. Okay, you store everything on your phone, and you store all the changes, you store every, suppose you are editing a photo, okay, you store all the changes, okay, using Git. Very good. But you don't want to store all that thing on your computer, obviously, because of two reasons. First, it will eat up your space. Second, it is not very feasible to share it with others, okay, if you keep it on your local computer. So GitHub lets you host all that stuff on the internet. Okay, GitHub lets you host all that stuff on the internet. Okay, so let's start. This was all a little history and theory. Okay. Okay, so first of all, we need to have all these three things. Okay, first of all, you need a text editor. You can use your Notepad, the default that comes in Windows, but I suggest you use Notepad++. It is a very nice editor. Or you have, if you have Visual Studio Code, that's all right. Or if you have Vim, anything will work. Okay, second thing we need is Git, and third thing we need is a GitHub account. Okay, so this is now like a practical thing. I'll run you through all these steps. Okay, I think I should give you the opportunity to unmute yourself. In case of any doubt, please unmute yourself and ask, because like we cannot move further before doing all these steps. Okay, so okay, I should paste the link for all of the people who have joined later. Okay, so this is a drive link. When you open this, you'll be redirected here. Okay, these are two executable files. There are two executable files. This is for Git and this is for Notepad++. This is for Git and this is for Notepad++. Please download both of them. Okay, please download both of them. I actually have them downloaded. So yeah, that's the first step. Please download both of them. Okay, and locate their locations, obviously. Yeah, so I have both these. Just a second. Okay, cool. So now that we have downloaded Git, okay, and some of people are still downloading, that's not an issue. Let us first go and try to create a GitHub account of our own. Okay, hop on to your internet browser. Okay, and I need to open incognito. All right, just search GitHub. Okay, just search GitHub. All right, you should open up to this Google search. All right, go on the first link, GitHub, obviously. Okay, um, it's all very normal. Okay, just sign up. All right, cool. So if you feel you have a problem at any step, please just tell me. Okay, but I guess these are all easy stuff. So you have to enter your email. All right, enter the email, enter the password. I'm just creating an account. Okay, continue. You have to set a username. It should be unique, I guess. Okay, okay, it's available. Okay, cool. So I should continue. Would you like to receive? I don't think so. I don't want emails. Very cool. Okay, we have a puzzle. Spiral galaxy. Um, cool. I actually have an account. I'm just doing this to um, guide you, and I'm not going to create an account because I already have an account. All right. So if you have any problem in this step, please let me know. If not, please write that you successfully installed it. All right. Just go to github.com. Okay. Just go to github.com. Sign up. Put your email. Create a password. Enter a username. And if you like to receive product updates, okay, Wi-Fi, type Wi-Fi yes or and for no. Okay. Um, are we okay now? Should I move? Anyway, okay. So once you've created your account, it should look something like this. Okay, so this is my account. All right. You won't have these stuff, but yeah, it will look somewhat like that. If you are comfortable with this till this step, please tell me. Um, okay, so we have installed Notepad++, a simple installation. I did not, I told you not to install because in the installation of Git, we have to do a certain step. Okay. Okay. I'm installing Git. Please have a look at this. Okay. When you click on the executable file, this window opens up. You can click next here. This is asking you to free up some space at the place where it's going to create it. Okay. I already have that folder anyway. Just click next. Next. Just wait on this step. Okay, choosing the default editor. I don't suggest anyone to use the Vim editor because like it's a learning thing of its own. Okay, so what we will do, we'll choose Notepad++ as we have downloaded, or if you have any other preference, you can obviously use all that. You can see here. Okay, it has Sublime Text, Visual Studio Code, Atom, VS Codium, and Notepad, WordPad, anything. Okay, so all right, cool. So we'll use Notepad++ as the default editor, and we can hop on to next, and now I can put all the nexts. All right, and let it install. Yeah, this slide is probably the longest one because like we have to do lots of stuff before starting. Mhm. Okay, and after it installs, please unclick this, otherwise it will open up a page, and just finish. All right, so yeah, please let me know when you have done all these steps. All right, so up until now we have installed a Notepad an editor. Okay, we have installed Git, and we have created a GitHub account. All right, and now we can move forward. All right, cool. Okay, so yeah, these are the steps. Like if you did not get that link, please, to download Notepad plus plus, visit this site, notepad dot plus sorry hyphen plus hyphen plus dot org dot downloads. Okay, you'll find this page. Please download it from there. All right. Similarly, for getting Git, please visit git-scm.com, and then you can download and install Git for your OS. Cool. Now we come to the heart of this workshop, Git Bash. Okay, see, now Git was, as you know, created by Linus Torvalds. So he was obviously a Unix system fan. So all the codes, all the commands that we study in Git are actually based on Unix. Okay, all of them are not, I don't know, but all of them. Okay, there are lots of commands, but the ones we are going to use are all Unix commands. Okay, so like you cannot use those on your Windows. You cannot use all of them on your Windows command prompt. You have seen your command prompt, right? So Git Bash is just like a command terminal. Git Bash is just like a command terminal where we can write codes. Okay. Now, what is a command terminal? Please understand this. See, your computer has two parts. Okay, like not the software and hardware. The software thing has two parts, a terminal and a user interface. Okay. So nearly everything can be done on terminal. Okay, except playing games, obviously. All right, but you can launch games from there. Okay, so everything can be done on terminal. User interface just provides you with an interface that you can click on and interact with. Okay, and it makes life easier. Okay, and Windows user friendly is very familiar to all of us. So, but today we are dealing with the terminal. All right, so let's start this. So to open Git Bash on your Windows, now that you have installed Git, you'll find this on your Windows. Just click the Windows button and search for Git Bash. Okay, you'll see this application. All right, just click enter. All right. If you have any problem at any step, please leave a message. All right, or else I'll suppose that we are going. Okay. Okay, cool. So the next step is, see, you'll be actually welcomed by this type of screen, as you can see here. Okay, I'll try to maximize this and increase the font size a bit so that you can see clearly. All right, so you'll be welcomed with this type of screen, and there's no reason to be scared of all this. Okay, I'll just explain in short. This is a username. This is your laptop's name. All right, uh, this you don't need to know about right now. Okay, this is the sign that you are currently the main user for this computer. All right, let's move ahead from here. Cool. This is just starting this. All right. So the next step is, since we are working on Git Bash and we are working on Unix commands, okay, we need to understand some of the basic Unix commands, okay, which we'll have to use in order to use Git. Okay, one of them is pwd. Yeah, it is short form for print working directory. See, what happens is when you open your Windows Explorer, okay, for example, I'll just open my Windows Explorer, okay, and I see this, right? So if I click on this PC here, currently I'm on this place. Okay, this place. Okay, if I not a very nice name for this place. If I click on data D, okay, so now you can say that I am on the D drive. Okay, now all of these clickings that I'm doing is part of user interface. Okay, our aim is to do this on the terminal. All right, so first we have to know where we are. Okay, you cannot see obviously the thing. The site is impaired in terminal. Okay, so just click pwd and it will tell you where you are. So where am I? Where am I working right now? As you can see this address on my local computer, C users recti. Okay, I don't know why I put recti as my name, but where am I? Okay, let's go on that location. So we'll open the C drive. Okay, we'll open the users drive and we'll open this drive. Okay, and you can see all these files here. Okay, we are currently here. Like obviously you can see that I am here. I can click here and I can make new folders, new files. Okay, similarly on the terminal we are currently at the same place. We are currently at the same place, but we cannot see that. All right, so the next command that so pwd actually prints the directory where you are currently situated at. All right. So the next command that we are studying is ls. ls is used to list all the files in the directory. Now see, if you are in the explorer, you can see, like whenever you open this folder, you can see all of the files. You can see all of the files. Okay, what if I want to see all of these files on my terminal? Okay, so this is my terminal. I'll just have to press ls. Okay, ls lists all the files and all the folders that are in my folder where I currently am. All right. So all these different color codings you see all mean different things. Some stand for files, some stands for directories. All of these things, the purple colored with the slash at the back of them, are actually directories. All right. Very cool. So yeah. So ls actually lists all the file that are present in the working directory. Nice. Now the ls comes with various different flavors. One of them is ls minus la. Oh, sorry, not for minus, it's hyphen actually. Okay. I'm used to saying minus anyway. So ls hyphen la. Um, just a second. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. So ls minus la shows you all the files. Okay. Now if you look closely on ls, see, there are many files that you cannot see, which are in your explorer but not here. Okay. Let us compare. Do we see .dist file here? Here we see a .dist folder. Can we see that here? No, we cannot. Okay, obviously, because all the folders that start with a dot are actually hidden folders, and you cannot access them normally. Okay, to see all the folders in your directory, you have to put the command ls hyphen la. Okay, ls space hyphen la, and when you enter this, see, now all of these directories open up with all of the hidden file. Here is the .dist folder that we are talking about, and moreover we have many different details about them. For example, the date they were created, and this is very important. This is actually the privileges that a user has. Okay, we'll not get into that. That's not our focus right now. All right, so cool. So we have learned two different commands. Okay, and to clear the screen, you can just put clear. All right, so we have learned pwd, which tells us which directory we are in, and another we learned ls, which lists all the folders and files that are in the current directory but are not hidden. If you want to see the hidden files, you have to put ls space hyphen la. That will show you all the files with the preferences for the different users, and the date created, and all the hidden files as well. Okay, so yeah, and one more command that we have to cover right now is cd. Yeah, cd stands for change directory. All right, now suppose we want to go from one directory to another directory. How can we do that? Okay, let me just visualize, show you first in the ui. All right, so here we are at c users directory. Okay, and I want to go to the downloads folder. Okay, I want to go to the downloads folder. It's very simple. I just double click and I end up on my downloads folder. All right, what if I want to do that from terminal? It's very easy. You just have to put cd. Okay, where did I put my terminal? Yeah, here it is. Let me just clear this. Okay, first of all, what I do is I list all the directories so that I know what directories can I go into. All right, all the purple coded words are actually directories. Directories means folders. Okay, directories means folders. All right, now I want to go into the downloads directories. So what I have to do is just cd and downloads. Okay, you can just put tab to autocomplete, the tab button. Okay, I just have to put this. And I enter. Okay, I enter, and you can see a change. Here you see there's only a tilde sign, and here you see a tilde slash and downloads. What does this tell us? See, let me just clear the screen. All right, and we use pwd here, print working directory. Okay, remember, before we went into the downloads, we were at c users directory, and now we are at c users directory downloads, like we are in the downloads folder. And if you don't still believe me, I'll just list all the files, and these are all the files that are on my downloads folder. Okay, I have all these stuff. Okay, Cool. Okay. All right. So we learned three commands. All right. Four actually. We also learned clear. Right. So okay, I'll just revisit them. So first of all, the first command that we learned today is pwd. It stands for print working directory. It shows that where we are actually. The second one is ls, which lists all the files, and ls space -la lists all the files that are hidden as well, and the privileges on that to different users and the date they were created at. All right. And the third command that we learned is cd. Cd stands for change directory, and we can hop from one directory to other. Okay, we just have to provide the correct address of the folder. Okay, I have managed to put some screenshots so that it's clear. See, when I started the terminal, the bash, I wrote this pwd. It showed me that I am at c users directory. Then I ran this command cd downloads. Again I ran pwd, and you can see that I have now moved to c users directory downloads. All right, so this is all cool. Let us move forward. Okay, so these are two very important commands. One of them is make directory. Okay, obviously mkdir, make directory. It's like it means, what does it mean? It means to create a new folder. How do you create a new folder in your windows? It's very simple. You just right click in the empty area, you go on to new, you go on to folder, and you'll just click on this and you can create a new folder. Okay, um, I can actually create the same new folder from here just by using the command mkdir. Okay, so mkdir creates a new folder, new directory. And where will it create the directory? Where we are currently present. For example, now we are currently present on the downloads in the terminal. If you see, uh, we are actually in the downloads folder. Now if we create anything, it will just lead us to yeah, it will just create a new folder in the downloads directory. Okay, let me just show you. Okay, and one more thing before moving on. rm minus rf removes the files and directories. Anyway, so let's ls here. Okay, you see lots of stuff here. All right, I think I'll shoot ls again. Wait. Okay, so see, we have many folders here. All right, we have many folders here. And what I do, for example, okay, see, I have a test folder here. Right, I have a test folder here. Correct. um, what if I want to create a new folder? Named abc. Okay, it's very simple. You just have to put, okay, first of all, let me confirm that there is no abc folder. You can see that this is alphabetically ascending. Okay, so there is no abc folder. Okay, I just have to put mkdir, sorry, mkdir abc. Okay, when I hit enter, a new folder will be created in the downloads directory. All right, see, ls. And when you ls here, after running this, you'll see that there's a folder called abc. It should be somewhere here. Let me see. Uh, should be somewhere here. Let us find it. Yeah, here it is. Sorry. Yeah, here it is. abc. Okay. Yeah, I did not search in the right place. I'll just show you that it was not present before. So it is created below this freecoursesite.com, and see, there is nothing, no folder below this. Anyway, and also if you hop onto downloads, you'll see that there is a new folder now here, abc. Okay, there's a new folder here, abc. Okay, cool. Now what I do, I actually let's start doing this. Okay, actually I created the entire this. Yeah. Cool. So what I do is, see, now we have abc, test, and trial. You can see that there are three folders here. Okay, what we'll do now, we'll just remove abc. Okay, and it's simple, as I showed you in the code. rm minus rf abc. All right, see, it will remove abc. If you see, there is no abc folder here. Okay, let us remove test folder as well. Okay, we just have to put rm minus rf test. It will remove the test folder as well. You can see again, there is no test folder here. Okay, but now I need to create a test folder. So let us create a test folder. It's simple, mkdir test. Okay, cool. And if you see here, we have a new test folder. All right, these were all basic Unix commands, okay, which we used to create directories, to move from one directory to another. Okay, um, this is actually very useful, but there's a easier way to do all this. You can obviously create a new folder here. You can double click and you can open git bash here. Okay, it will directly open you on this place, on any of the folders that you are on. That's a easy step. I just showed you the hard one, but it is worth knowing. Anyway, let us move forward. All right. uh, okay, cool. Now what do we have to do? Okay, this is just comparisons. Anyway, now git, see, now we see that we have a test folder in the directory, in the downloads folder. Downloads, in the downloads directory, we now have a test directory, test folder. All right, as I showed you that, right, we have a test directory. Cool. Now it should be empty. Obviously it should be empty. We just open it, it's empty because we just created, we have not done anything to it yet. Okay, now what we have to do to save files to this git. Okay, we first have to let git know that you have to track this directory, you have to track everything that happens in this directory. Okay, we have to tell git, that you have to see this folder, because git cannot see everything. Okay, git will only see whatever you instruct it to see. Okay, so we have to tell git that you have to see this particular directory. How do we do that? Okay, for this we use the command git init, which initializes the directory as a git directory. Okay, so what do we have to do? We actually have to go into the test folder and we have to run a command called git init here, git initialize. Okay, how do we go to test? Very easy, very easy. Where are we? We are at downloads. Okay, we are at downloads. All right, let us hop on to test, change directory to, I'll just use tab. Okay, okay, cool. So now if I run this command, I'll obviously move on from downloads to test. But to prove that, first I'll run pwd in the downloads. You can see that I'm at C users directory downloads. Now I change my directory to test. All right, and now if I print working directory, you see I am in the test folder. Okay, what does that mean? I am actually here. I'm actually here. Okay, I'm actually here. Now to tell git that you have to actually look after this folder. Okay, you have to see everything that happens in this folder. We run a command called git init in this very folder. First you have to come to this folder and then you have to run this command git init. You have to run this command after you are in the folder where you want to where you want git to see everything, to record all the changes. All right, just hit enter and you'll see initialize empty git repository in at this place in your location. Okay, there's a file called .git. This stores all the configuration file. We don't have to worry about that a lot. Okay, cool. Do you see anything here? Obviously not. Why? Because .git is a hidden thing. If I put ls, you'll see nothing. But if I put ls-la, you'll see there is a folder called git. There's a folder called .git. Okay, which is hidden. Okay, obviously because git doesn't want you to interact with that. Anyway, cool. And one more change that you can see after we ran git init, there's a small sign called master here. What does master mean? Remember the slide when we the first or second slide when we were talking about the version control, you saw a master branch there, right? So this is just this is your primary branch. This is your primary space where the git will measure everything that happens in this branch, and you can create different stuff inside. All right, but this is your main primary branch. Okay, uh, GitHub or any applications or directories or not. GitHub is not a directory. GitHub is not a directory. I'll come to that. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'll just explain all the things. Okay. Let me go here. Okay. Cool. Now check if something changed. Obviously it changed. We have a hidden folder called .git, which you cannot see on your file explorer. You cannot see on your file explorer. Okay, because it is hidden, and you cannot even see on your terminal with the command ls, because ls doesn't show any hidden folders. You have to put ls-la to see that there is indeed a folder called .git. Okay, now let's move on from here. Okay, yeah, this is a command called git status. Git status actually just tells us what is Git currently doing here. Okay, what is Git currently doing in that folder? And currently it's not doing anything because we have not done anything. So Git status should give out something like this: on branch master, no commits yet, nothing to commit, nothing to do. All right, cool. Let us move forward. Yeah. Now what happens? See, we are actually cool with Git now. Okay, we'll go on to GitHub in just a few minutes. Okay, we are all ready with Git. All right, now how to use Git. Now suppose you want to suppose you want to write you want to put something in your Git. You want to put something in your Git so that it uh, records all the changes. So what we do exactly now, see, you have actually created a folder and told Git that okay, you have to look after this folder. So Git is looking after that folder. Now if you want to put some files, if you want to save some files in Git, okay, what you do, you just move all the files that you want to save in the folder that you have initialized as a Git folder, okay. So suppose I have to, so this is my Git folder, I've made this folder as my Git folder, the test folder. What I do, I just move all the things. Suppose I want to store these 4 stories. Suppose I want to store these 4 stories. All right, I move them to here, test. I move them to my folder. Okay, suppose you're doing a project. Okay, suppose you're doing a project. Everything that you do, obviously, like your files once saved, now anything that you change will obviously be saved in the same file. And if you initialize that same directory as your Git directory, okay, then everything, all the changes histories will be automatically saved, so you don't have to go through painstaking process. Okay, so here actually while I was doing this, I only put 3 documents. Anyway, you can save any kinds of files here. That's why I told you that Git can be used for almost any saving thing. Okay, now we have actually done something here. Okay, let's see what Git status gives us now. Initially Git status gave us nothing, right? It says nothing to do. Just run this. See, there it shows on branch master. Obviously you understand this, we are on branch master, we have not gone on any other branches. Okay, untracked files. Okay, it shows untracked files. That means Git knows that there are files. Git knows that there are files in the folder, but Git doesn't know about them. Okay, because we have not told Git to know about them. We have not told Git to know about them. Okay, now I actually thought about a very interesting analogy to understand everything. Suppose Git is like a train. Okay, not a train exactly. Git is like, yeah, Git is like a train, and all these files that you have to put are the passengers. Okay, these files you have to put are the passengers. What you do, you put all the passengers in a compartment, right? You put all the passengers in a compartment, and then what you do, you attach that compartment to the train. Okay, it will become clear in a minute. For now, just understand that we have added the files, and Git knows that something has changed, but it doesn't know what has changed, and it has not saved anything yet. Right, now what should we do next? Now we are actually at two very important commands: git add and git commit. Okay, now what these two commands are about, see, it's the same train passenger analogy. Let's move on one by one. So git add, see, this command loads of files to the compartment of the train. Okay, this command loads of files to the compartment of the train. Suppose you have 5 compartments in your train, and they are different, they store different types of data. One compartment stores only PDF files, one compartment stores music file, one compartment stores media file. So what you do, you save all the files, you put all the files in your Git directory. Okay, and what you do, you add all of them to a particular compartment. You add all of them to a particular compartment. Okay, suppose out of these four stories, two of them are science fiction, and two of them are just fiction. Okay, two of them are science fiction, two of them are just fiction. So what I do, I sorry, yeah, I want to keep all these two files under two different compartments, so that when I want to study about science fiction books, okay, when I want to study science fiction books, I'll only go and study the science fiction section, not the fiction section. Okay, how do we do that? See, okay, every time you add a new file or modify the present file, Git knows. Okay, Now you can load the files in the compartment in any order, obviously, and they'll all be still in the same compartment. You can add using two methods. See, you can either do git add file 1, file 2, file 3, or you can do git add dot. If you do git add dot, then it will add all the files. Okay, but if you only want to add a certain number of files, you have to manually type git add file 1, file 2, file 3. For example, I just okay, let's see what are here. Okay, we have these 4 PDFs. Okay, suppose I want to add 2 of these folders in a compartment. I want to add 2 of these folders in compartment. What I do, I just type git add um okay, I just put this t and okay, remember this slash, this backslash is important. This is skipping character. If you have spaces in the name of your files, okay, you need to put this backslash. Okay, or you can use the tab character, it will autocomplete. Okay, so I add the immortal and the sorcerer. Okay, the sorcerer. Okay, I just have to run these 2 commands: git add the immortal PDF and the sorcerer PDF. All right, when I hit enter, you see nothing changes here, obviously, but when you type git status, you'll see things have changed. Now Git knows about these 2 files, the immortal and the sorcerer. Git knows about these 2 files. Git has loaded them in a compartment. Okay, but Git still doesn't know about these other 2 files that are here. Okay, so what we do now? Okay, see, before adding, you see that these were the files. Okay, and after adding, something will change. Yeah, after adding, you can see. Just a second. Yeah, after adding, you see all of these will become green. It will say that Git actually knows about these files now, and it can now track all these files. All right, very good, very well. Now what happened is we have put all of our files into compartments, right? But we have not named those compartments yet. What does git commit do? It actually names those compartments. Okay, with all the files on board, it is finally the time to put a label on the compartment. All the changes will now be saved as a version on git. Okay, all now, after loading up all the files into the compartment, now you want to give a name to that compartment so that git saves it, and it tells you that like it tells you what compartment, what stuff did you do in that compartment. All right, put it that way. Each git commit requires a message which it puts as a label. Okay, obviously you have to name it, so you have to actually give it a name. Okay, how to commit? You generally you'll just use this git commit -m, and then you'll put a message, git commit -m message. See, first of all, what I do, let's first clear this and let us see git status. Okay, yeah, you see that there are 2 files that git has tracked, 2 files git has not tracked. Okay, and the 2 files that git has tracked, that means it has loaded in the compartment. Now I want to name that compartment and send it off to drive, right? Okay, how do I put labels? I'll just do git commit -m. I have to put a message here. What message should I put? I'll just write fictional stories. All right, fictional stories. Okay, it will give you some sort of yeah, these commands. Okay, and then just check git status. See, the git now no longer shows the files that it used to read. Why? Because it has put a label on it and saved it underneath. Now we'll see how to read those files later. Okay, but it just tells you that git is only concerned with all the changes that you are going to make. Right? Everything that you have saved will not be shown to you directly in git status. Okay, let us move forward. We'll repeat this step.
Hello, it was me.
Yeah.
Like, can you back before? Like, you write fictional stories, so there is a space between them. So
Yeah,
why
no,
you don't use
wait.
slash?
Yeah, sure. Actually, okay, good point. I'll tell you in this example. Okay, I'll just put these 2 stories under a different label. Okay, I put these 2 stories under a different label. Now see, there are 2 ways of doing this. Okay, what I told you, git add, and then you just put the name of the story. Okay, all right. If you just put tab, the git bash will automatically do this. Okay, the other way is putting them inside, putting them inside quotes. If you do that, you don't have to put slashes. Okay, is that
Okay, okay.
does that make it clear?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and then if I want to add a dreamer, see in the dreamer there is no space, so I don't need to put it in quotes. I can just put dreamer.pdf. All right, cool. So you
Yeah,
enter
yeah.
this, very nice. Now see what happens. Now I added these two files. Now what did Git do? It took them and loaded them up in a compartment. All right. Now when I see Git status, I see that there are two files. There are two files, and they are ready to be committed. They are ready to be put a label on. Okay. Now to put a label, it's again simple: git commit minus m. I'm used to saying this minus m. It's hyphen m. And see again, I put them inside this brackets. Okay. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. I can put anything like fictional story, science fiction. I'll just say science fiction maybe. Science fiction. Okay. Okay, I hit enter. Okay, and when you put git status, you see nothing here. You think nothing to commit. That means git has already saved. Okay, so how do we see all the changes that we made? It's very simple. Git log. Log is like, you know, the log thing, logistics, right? When you hit enter, it'll tell you everything that you did. So first what I did, I added fictional stories, and secondly what I did, I added science fiction. Okay, you have to give the message very clearly so that you don't get confused. Anyway, so you now know how to add and commit files in a Git. If you want to add a new file under a different name, for example a romantic story, just put that file in the folder that you have initialized at as a Git repository, sorry, Git directory. Go on the terminal, you'll see that there is a red. Okay, like it shows red. There are files that are untracked. Add them, put a label on them, you are done. All right, so let us move forward from here. Cool. See, before committing this and after committing, like working tree clean. All right, very cool. Now second, we are on the second part, I guess. This has gone too long. Anyway, the second part is about GitHub. Now we all understood how to save files on Git. Okay, save files locally. Now we have to put this on GitHub. Okay, I suggest all of you do this with me. Okay, and if you find
Excuse me.
sure.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I joined late, so can you provide us these slides of Git?
Yeah, I'll provide. I'll provide. Obviously, I'll provide all of them. Yeah. Yeah. So, do you have a GitHub account?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I have Git account. Yeah.
GitHub account. I mean, go on GitHub.com
No,
and
no,
okay, go on
no. I
GitHub.com and
don't.
just create an account. You can do that. It's very easy. Go on GitHub.com and create account. Create an account. Okay.
Oh,
If you have any problem, let me know. Okay. So now we are on GitHub. Okay. Now you have clicked the pictures from Snapchat. Okay. Put on all the beautiful filters. Now it's the time to post them on Facebook. All right. All the Git was too much fun, but the fun really starts when it goes online, right? So what is GitHub? GitHub is the cloud version of Git. In short, like everything that you did on the Git was locally saved on your computer. If you want to save that globally, if you want to share all of these things with everyone around the world, you use GitHub. All right. Now what happens is, see, GitHub has different trains for each of your projects. What you were doing exactly? What were you doing exactly? You were putting files, you were loading them into compartments and naming the compartments. Okay, and adding different compartments. Adding different compartments will give you a train. Adding different compartment will give you a train. Suppose you are writing a book. Okay, your book has different kinds of stories: romantic stories, fiction stories, science fiction stories. Okay, cool. So what you do, first of all, you put all the science fiction stories, you put them, load them into a compartment and name them science fiction stories. All right, and then you add the same thing in, like you add fictional stories in the folder. You do the same thing, add them in a compartment, label the compartment as fictional stories. And what happens exactly is Git makes a train out of these two compartments, and this will be called a project of yours. Okay, this will be called a project of yours. You can make multiple changes. Okay, all right. So these trains actually are called repositories, or repo in short. Cool. Someone had asked, right? Khushbu, I guess. Yeah. So these trains are called repositories. All right. The GitHub trains. the GitHub projects are called repositories. For each project, you make a different train and you add compartments to that train. All right, I guess that analogy is well to go. See, all the changes that you commit will now be stored as different compartments in this train. Very nice. Now, how to create a repository? Okay, I suggest you do this with me. All right. See, open your GitHub account. You'll see this. You'll see on the top right corner. You'll see this. Okay, let me open this myself. Yeah. See, if you see here on the top right corner, you'll see this notification and the plus button. Okay, click on the plus button and you'll see a new repository option. You'll see a new repository option. Click on that. All right, it will take you to this page. I hope I'm not very fast. Yeah, it will take you to this page to create a repository. Just put a name. We put the name as test in our folder, so I suggest I put the name test in my repository. Now this repository will be visible to everyone, so whatever name you put, everyone will search this repository by that particular name. All right, very cool. Okay, now you can just create a repository. You don't need to go into all of that. All right, and you have an empty train now. Okay, you have an empty train now with no compartments, only an engine. This is your engine. Okay, with no compartments. All right, now how do we add compartments to the train engine? Okay, how do we add compartments to the train engine? Cool. So yeah, we made a new repository, put a name. All right, and you will be here. All right, you'll be greeted with the following page. Cool. Now we have to, the last step that remains is integrating Git with GitHub. Integrating Git with GitHub. Like Git is the offline version and GitHub is the online version of the Git. So we have to integrate them at some point so that everything that we have saved up until now is reflected in the online version. All right. So how do we do that? See, now we need to let our Git folder on our local computer know that we want to copy or clone our files to a GitHub repository. Okay, now that Git folder that we created, the Git folder, the test folder where we initialize the Git. Okay, we want to let it know that, all right, listen, you made the compartments all good, but I want to let you know that actually you have to go and connect to a Git repository. You have to go and connect to a train engine. Okay, so that we can create a complete train. All right, I love trains, by the way. That's why all the train references. Yeah, how do we do that? For this, we need to copy the repository link and run the command git clone link. Git clone link. All right, very simple. I'll show you. Now copy the link from the GitHub page. See, the page where you created the repository. Okay, for me this. Okay, when you go on the search bar, you'll have this link. This is the link of your repository. This is the link of your repository. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So you have this link. Just copy this link. Just copy this link. All right. And to let Git know, that we are assigning this Git folder to a GitHub repository. Okay. We have to run the command git clone and the link. Okay. Git clone and the link. And you have to do this in the folder where you had initialized your Git. Okay, like where the folder which you told that Git has to track. Okay, you have to go there. Like we are obviously doing everything there only. Okay, you have to go there and then you have to run the command git clone and the link of your this link of your repository. Okay, you have to put git clone. Don't use Control V. Okay, it won't work. Just double click here and paste. Okay, when you hit enter, it will clone into test, and it says that you appear to have cloned an empty repository, obviously, because like we have only made an engine. All right, but it is done. It is done. All right, we have linked our Git to GitHub. We have linked our Git to GitHub. All right, now we have to put all these files, we have to attach all those compartments to GitHub. We have to attach all those compartments to GitHub. All right, all those compartments that you did, you have to attach on GitHub. All right, very nice. Okay, so this is one of the most important commands, git push. Okay, git push. After adding and committing, you need to add this command, git push set upstream your repo name. Our repo name is test. Okay, and master. All right. If you want to understand what it means, git push is actually connecting your engine to everything. Set upstream is setting your engine at its right place, because what happens is when you initialize when you initialize a repository here, like with git clone, you're actually not doing it the right way as it's said on the according to the manual, because it's asks you to create a name for that engine and all those stuff. But I guess this is easier way. Okay, so after that you just have to put this command git push set upstream your repository name, that is test in our case, and master. All right, this will open a dialog box asking you to authorize github. Like when you do this, this is the step which takes git's stuff and takes it to github, takes git stuff and take it to github. At this point, github and git want to know that you are doing it, all right, and not anyone else. So it will open up a command window, prompt, and ask you to authorize it. You'll see that. Okay. This now procedure changes. Okay, so you have to put this command git push set upstream test master. I'll just copy it from here. Okay, let's not copy it anyway. You have to put git push set upstream command. Okay, git push set upstream. Okay, I don't remember exactly. Repo name is test and master. Okay, yeah, there are a few errors. Okay, decision to update checked out branches. Okay, don't worry about anything. Branches currently checked out, error to fail, push some refs to test. All right, let us just check git status. Okay, nothing added to commit, but on track files we use git add to track. All right. Uh, see, when you do this, it will tell you that you're not actually on the master branch. Just a minute. Okay, cool. Okay, so what happened actually here, see, when you go here, you'll actually see a test folder has popped up here. Okay, a test folder has popped up here. Okay, and we did a mistake here. Why? Because we cloned it on the wrong place. We cloned it on the wrong place. Okay, but that's not a problem anymore, because we now know, putting git status, that there is a file that has not been added. It's simple. We can move on from here with all the knowledge that we did. Git add git add test. Test does not have a commit checked out. Little adding files failed. Oh, okay, there's an error. Hold on. Okay, this is the actual way to add a folder according to git's manual. Okay, that's what we are doing wrong. Okay, let us do this then. Git tells you to do this. All right, so we'll do this. Okay. Oh, sorry, what happened? Anywhere you're stuck, you just have to everything will be on your screen. Okay, git tells you to specify the url from the command line, so as to add this. Okay, so we'll just put all this stuff. Git remote, I'm not doing anything new, it just tells me to do that. Add, put your name of the repository and put the url of your repository. Okay, sorry, I should not have done that, because that's not copied on my. Okay, add test, paste. Cool. And now we can git push test. Yeah, sorry, now we have to do git push set upstream test master. Oh, okay, And finally, everything is done. It's just uploading. Just give it a minute. Okay. Okay. So we had a little setback. Sorry for that. Okay. What happened actually is we actually have to add the folder like this: git remote add the name of your repository and the URL that we collected, and then every time you push it, you'll have to use git push name. All right, and then you have to use this thing. Okay. Sorry for that. Anyway, just moving on, and after you do that, okay, you'll have this, and finally just go on your repository, refresh the page, and you should have it all there. See, you have it all there. All the files that you added are here. Okay, all the files that you added are here, and you can see the logos, the different commits that you did. This is under the science fiction uh, compartment. All right, and this is the story. You can read it. Okay, I wrote it. Huh, nice, cool, and you have everything here. So this actually completes it. Yeah, just a minute. We'll get back on this. Okay. Um, Only one section remains now. What if I change something? What if I change something? Okay. Suppose, okay, my internet connection is unstable. All right, I know that. Suppose now suppose now that we want to remove something. Okay, we want to remove something. It's very easy. See, we have these files here right now. Okay, what we do to remove them, it's very simple. Just rm hyphen rf. Suppose you want to remove dreamer. Okay, you remove this, all good. Now when you see the files, you see that there are only three of them. All right, now you run git status here. You see git status here, and you'll see that the dreamer file has been deleted. The dreamer file has been deleted. All right, but the git has not tracked that yet. Why? Because we have to tell git to add it to its compartment, right? And actually we have removed, so we'll not use the add command, we'll use the remove command, rm. Okay, git rm and dreamer. All right, it's similar. I'm just typing stuff because we have already done everything. Git rm dreamer. All right, see, now what has happened now, if you put git status, now git actually knows that okay, you have deleted this file. Now you have to put that in a compartment as well. Okay, now every change that you make will be put in a compartment. Okay, the files are not exactly put into the compartment, the changes are put into the compartment. Okay, now we have to commit this. Git commit -m. What message do we put? Deleted. For example, we'll just put delete. Okay, there's a thing that people write this in present tense. Okay, delete dreamer story. Okay, I just wrote this as my commit message. I just put this name on my compartment. All right, so all good. Now check git status. Check git status. You'll see that it doesn't have that dreamer deleted file yet, sorry, anymore. Now I'll just show you what happens. Here we are on the GitHub page. Here we are on the GitHub page. Even if I refresh it right now, you'll see that there are 4 stories. All right, because I have not told Git to take this change, that the change that we have deleted the file, we have not told Git to take this change and go to GitHub. All right, so now we'll tell that, and it's very easy. Git push. Okay, now once you have done all that stuff, you just have to hit git push. Okay, that stuff that we did to take the name of the folder and append URL there. Okay, you just have to do that once, and I just have to put git push, and now it wrote that thing that my file has been deleted. Now let us go on the website and check. I should not see dreamer.pdf now. There you are. There you are. Okay, so this is what git is all about. Okay, now if I want to see the commits that I did, okay, it should be somewhere here. Okay, branches commit. Okay, security insights. Anyway, yeah, so that was actually uploading any file on the GitHub, and I'll just tell you all the process in short once. What you have to do is make a directory and tell Git to make that directory, to read that directory by running the command git init in that directory. All right. Now all the files that you want to upload on your GitHub account, okay, GitHub account later. For now on Git, you have to put all those files. You can also put folders. You don't need to just put files. Okay, suppose for the SAP 2000 project, you have done a project, the problem statement one. You have everything there, the problem statement, the codes, the pictures, everything, the PPT, everything in one folder. Okay, you just put that folder in the Git initialized folder. Okay, now when you run git status, it will show that okay, there's a file that Git has not studied yet. Okay, now to let Git know that you have to study this file, you just have to run the command git add that file's name. All right, now what Git does, it takes that change, puts it in a compartment. Right, the next step is to name that compartment. So you'll put git commit -m, and under quotes you have to put a message. Okay, and that message should say what you actually did. For example, if you uploaded week one problem statement, so you'll say that upload week one problem statement, solution, upload week one problem solution. All right, now when you do that, you'll see that okay, very nice, it has just been saved on your Git right now, not on GitHub. All right, now what to do on GitHub? So first of all, you'll have to go and create a repository. Okay, first of all, you'll have to go and create a repository. All right, after that, yeah, uh, create a repository, copy the link, and then you have to run the following commands that we ran. Okay, yeah, just a second, wait, yeah, which commands did we run? See, I'll just show that to you. See, yeah, you take that, you take your link and you run this command git remote add the repository name and the link to that repository. All right, when you run this, it establishes a link between your Git and GitHub. Very good. And then you just have to push that change. You just have to push that change. Pushing means attaching all the compartments that you have on Git to the trains engine. All right, and then you just have to okay, for the first time, sorry, you have to do this set upstream test master. Okay, to set the engine at its correct place. Okay, like to set the master as the main branch. All right, yep. And after that, it's all simple. Suppose you want to delete a file, just remove that file from the folder. I did this. I could have also gone to the folder on my Windows Explorer, deleted it from there. Okay, and then run git status, you'll see that there's a red file that has not been tracked. Okay, then remove that dreamer PDF. All right, from Git, like git add something and git remove something. These are two commands. You just have which just tells us that okay, this was removed. Git stores that information. Git stores that change, okay, as an add or a remove. All right, now you run git status, you'll see there's a green symbol which says that okay, the file has been deleted and Git has studied it. All right, and after that, you just put a label on that git commit, and after that you just push it. You just have to do that git remote add repo link once. Okay, after that, everything that you add, you'll just have to put git push, and we're all good to go. And yeah, so that will uh, yeah, that will do everything. All right, um, actually yeah, you can also restore the files. It's not like this for the git. Okay, um how to do I'll just, this is just one command, I'll just tell you. Okay, it's simple command git checkout commit id. So what is commit id? I'll just tell in short. For example, see, first of all, see your explorer. You don't have that dreamer file here, you don't have that dreamer file here. All right, so what you do, you run first of all, you want to know okay, what changes did we make. So git log is the command that you run, and you see okay, we made these changes. Okay, we deleted dreamer story. Okay, we don't want this change to occur. So what we will do, we will go on to this commit, we'll go on to this compartment. Okay, select this and copy it. All right, and just run the command git checkout, and paste this. This is actually the id, this is actually the id, a unique id which is associated with each commit that you do. Okay, when you run this, um okay, switching to, all right, yeah. Now you see the folder, you have a dreamer here, right? You have a dreamer here again. All right, now if you want to go back to where we were, you just have to put git checkout master. All right, and now you see the dreamer file is gone again. So git actually manages all the changes that we do. All right, so yeah, the related file came to back to life. Yeah, so if any of you have any problems, we can take them up now. Hmm.
Hello,
Hi. Hmm.
I have a question. If we made if we made a website
Mm-hmm.
on Git, so
Mm-hmm.
I want to change something on my website. So can I do?
Right. Yeah, you can obviously do that. See, what you have to do, when you make a website, GitHub actually doesn't make websites. Okay, the website that you see .github.io, what it does exactly is you store some files and you give the see yeah, obviously you put it on a Git repository and it constructs a website for you. All right, if you want to change all the files. Okay, change all the files that you want to change. Do you understand what I mean by changing files? See, you made the website, you coded something, right? You coded something. Suppose, for example, you want to change the button, color of a button. Okay, a simple change. You want to change the color of a button on your website. All right. What you do is you change that button. Okay, you change that button and just update that specific code, and save it. Just update that specific code, save it, okay, and add it, commit it, push it on GitHub. Okay, now GitHub will know that files have been changed. GitHub will know that files have been changed. Now put those changed file into your website repository and your website will be changed. Like it's too fast to tell here. It's actually a detailed process, but yeah, more or less you just have to do that. Just change it. And okay, I'll just show you an example of this. See, I'll just show you an example, it will be easier. See, so I was creating a application. Okay, I was creating an application. See, um yeah, when you see this, you just I just want you to see one thing. See, this folder was changed 15 days ago. Okay, and this folder was changed 9 days ago. All right, and if you see, there are different messages on each of these. There are different messages on each of these. This I did was an initial commit, like initially I did, and I did not change anything after that. Okay, on this, in this folder I had to change something after 6 days. Okay, I add some buttons. Okay, and I just updated that specific folder. Okay, now GitHub knows that I have updated it. Okay, so now if anyone wants to see the application, they can either see it 15 days ago version, or you can see its 9 days ago version. Okay, it's upon you. If you are creating a website on GitHub, the github.io website, okay, you can obviously do and commit the changes and push it, and I guess that should do the work.
Also, I have a doubt. How can we push on Git without using Git Bash?
No, I'm not telling you to not use Git Bash.
Okay.
No, you have to, like, you can use Git. Okay, if you want to, it's simple actually. Okay, I don't know, you people will hate me for this,
What
but
is the difference?
you can just
It's a
add
simple.
files here. Okay, you can upload files here. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, like I obviously this entire workshop that we did
So,
told you
so
to. Hmm.
why we read about Git Bash and doing those stuffs? Those
Because
are
see,
hectic.
yeah, obviously it is hectic, but we have to study it because see, Git was actually made for the terminal. GitHub is external thing. Git is internal thing. Okay, if you don't want to save it on GitHub, what if you just want to save it on your computer? What do you do then? You have to know the terminal, right? Git is a different thing. GitHub just provides you some good visualizations. See, there are many different applications. One of them is Git Kraken. Okay, I'll just show you. See. This is one of the application Git Kraken, Kraken. I don't know how they read it. Okay, it actually simplifies things so easier. You don't even have to do anything inside the repositories. Okay, you can just drag and drop stuff. See, yeah, no thanks. Okay, see, what I did. These are all my commits. These are all my commits. Okay, I can just touch here and update and do anything. Okay, everything. See, this is for my one of the folders. View all repositories. If I want to view all repositories, I don't know. Anyway, that's not what I am trying to do. This is one of my projects. Okay, and I can do literally anything just from here, just from Git Kraken. But it doesn't mean that I should stop using GitHub, or I should stop using Git. So I'm not telling you not to just go and add stuff. I'm not telling you that don't do it, but I prefer it because it's the base, it's the terminal. Okay, and all those commands that you studied today, all those commands that you studied today, those will really help you because all of them are Unix commands. Anytime you are on a Unix computer, a Linux machine, okay, all those commands that we did, actually you can do everything. Okay, and if you are going to become a computer programmer, you need to rely more on the terminal than UI, right? UI is created after terminal, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, so please can you provide us these slides because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't attend the whole session.
Okay, okay. Okay, just hold on. I'll just upload it on the drive and give the link right here because there is not all the people here are actually from Descon. So just give me a moment.
Okay. Okay.
Mm, mm, to upload. Just a minute. Okay, you have it here. Yeah, you can access it from here. The slides. All right, and actually, I'm going to put this entire video on YouTube. If you have any problem, you can check it there. Okay. Obviously,
Okay.
if you don't have the link, you can just search my name. It will be on my channel. Okay, just search this on YouTube and you'll get it. I'll upload it tonight, I guess. All right, so if you have any problem, you can watch it there. Yeah, any more
Okay.
problems? um Priya, Khushbu, you're from Discon. Any more problems? um Khushbu, Sachin, if you don't have problems, I guess we can wrap up this session now. um all right, all right. Thank you for your time. All the best.